So, nobody quite knows what to expect from this monologue. And to explain why, I need to take you back 2 nights ago. It's getting close to 2 in the morning, and I can't bring myself to write it. I have been frustrated and furious, trying again and again, and I can't find a single truth about myself. I'm convinced I'm going mad. I know something about my body or my brain, just anything, but I don't. The more I write it down, the more it seems hollow. And so, in this fit of frustration, I reach out to one of the few lifelines I have left while I'm drowning in international waters. And I call a friend. I ask her what she does when she can't seem to find herself. She says there's no one cure, but I'll write you a remedy. Her prescription for me: go to the cemetery Recoleta, walk amongst the tombstones, speak aloud your stories, and wait for the dead to respond. When you hear them, find flowers meant for the dead, consume them, and then walk backwards out of the cemetery. Having learned that there's few things I can trust more in my transience than those who know me, I take her advice, and I go to the cemetery. I start slowly walking in, saying things that are so simple. I'm lost. The dead don't believe me. I'm just confused, and it'll pass as soon as I have a moment to breathe from the workload. I don't believe me. I can get this together. I'm totally okay. I'm sure I am. They're silent. And so I decide it is my turn to listen. I walk, and I look, and I see. Mausoleums built to commemorate lives long gone. I see the only place all potential is gathered, as the saying goes. I see what happens when you spend too long wasting your life trying to figure out what it is and put it all together. And then I start to hear them. As clear as I once heard my own voice. Carry on. And so, I start looking for flowers to consume, most of which are locked in mausoleums, I guess for grave robbers like me. Eventually, in the corner of the cemetery, I find the caretaker. He has a set of flowers he grows for those that no one visits. I pray I am never in need of the caretaker's flowers. I steal a flower. Amounts were never specified. And I chew it as I walk amongst the graves. And I'm reminded of the bitterness that comes with a beautiful thing. At this point, there's one step left. Walk backwards the way you've come. And so with each step, I start to see what I should have already seen, what I told myself I knew. And I learned that there is a flip side to not being able to tell the truth. It's that new stories appear each time you look. And so I start to see all that I missed my first way. I suddenly see that from one angle, angels are no longer menacing, but sad and alone. I see all of the mausoleums that are not quite as careful as the ones that draw your attention on the way in. I see all that I had already seen, I told myself. I know these things, but then I stop. I'm caught by one plaque. A writer who died 100 years before I was born. Surely he must have known this struggle too, how to put truth on paper. And yet he's gone. I've never read a word of his, but I know one thing is true. I am getting closer to his current truth of being abandoned on my own accord, because of my own actions, because of the stories I tell myself that I'm lost, that this is going to pass. when I realized that all the bones inside of me are not broken. All the stories I could tell are not neglected. That I am whole. And so today, I stepped out of the graveyard.